Okay, I got that cleaned off. I'm just gonna go ahead and start pulling them lines off. Pretty straightforward. If you were just replacing the lines and not the fittings, you would need a special tool to release the clip. But since we're not going that route, we don't need anything but 3/4 wrench, I'm hoping. And or no, I think it's yeah. I think you just got to be real careful with these high pressure oil pumps, because they're like 800 bucks, or at least they were when I had to replace the one on mine, on my 2000. This is our problem. See, that seal is just absolutely gone, and so is that one. I got Steve coming over. He said that we could probably get them at the auto parts store. I don't know. This one is trashed, so he's gonna go check that out for me, and we're just gonna continue on like we didn't see that. Obviously we got to figure it out, because that's not going to be a good deal. We'll put this all back together, and then we'll have more leaks than when we started. Now, they recommend so many foot-pounds to torque these to. I don't have a torque wrench that will work on here. Like, I guess you need like a crow's foot torque wrench deal. I ain't got one of them, so we're just going to use the old wrist wrench. I think I crack these loose and then use the smaller. I really like these long wrenches, but they're good for certain things. They suck for other things. Okay, we need a shorter 3/4. And let's just see. Put that there. One little twist at a time. That's where we're at. That's that. I'm gonna go ahead and loosen up this other side. So this one, I gotta kind of pull the harness up, get this thing out of the way. I gotta be real careful with these harnesses over here. That's my coolant stuff. Okay, back up in here with this shorter wrench. There we go. Lift that up. Just gotta be real gentle with these harnesses, man. And there's so much dirt. I'm gonna go ahead and blow that dirt out. I lent my neighbor my light bar, and I haven't gotten it back. That's what you get for loaning your stuff out. And I don't even use it that much. As soon as I loaned it, now I need it, and I ain't got it. Now, if you were just replacing the lines, there's a tool that you pop these off with. It would have been done real quick. I think I actually made mine when I did this before. Okay, well, you get the gist. I'm gonna get these out. Basically, it's gonna be the same thing. I'm gonna crack that one loose right there, and then pull that off. And then we just need to pull that bolt out and put the fittings in. Okay, we got both lines off, and it took a 5/8 to remove the two plugs, and you're gonna want some rags and your fittings immediately available, because it immediately started draining a lot of fuel down. So there's the back one right there. Okay, I still got the cap on that one, and they're just angled straight across. This one here is angled, you know, straight across this way. And it's going to go to that first one, and then that one there is going to go to this one, which I have kind of angled up. It's kind of right on this harness, which I don't really like, but I think the harness will move over a little bit once I clip it back in. We'll just make sure it's not going to chafe. But what I'm going to do on this one particularly is I'm going to put the line on. I think I might have to just turn it a little bit more to get it to go in between here. I'm going to put the line on before I tighten it down. And the way these fittings work, all of them except for this first straight one, that straight one there, that one just tightens up to whatever the foot-pound is, 23 or 28 or whatever it was. Definitely want to go by that. I'm just going to use my arm and use my feeler gauge. But what you want to do is you're gonna have to put a wrench on this side and then snug down that nut. Now when I was tightening these on there, I backed that nut all the way out so I can get it on there pretty good. You want as much threads in the head as possible. And then this one, I'm not gonna lie, that one there had me nervous. Like, it spun on about one full turn and then got tight. So I backed it out, cleaned it threads. I made sure the threads on the inside were clean, and then It was just, it went in, it didn't lock up like it was stripping or cross-threaded, but it was snug the entire time in. I sent Steve to go get fuel lines, and they had them, but they were $45, and he refused to buy them at $45 and came back with just a can of parts cleaner. So I don't know if we're going to be able to fix this tonight. I'm going to try, even if I have to like double stack some seals. I did order a complete seal kit for the whole fuel bowl, but that might not be here for a day or two. And I'm supposed to go to Miami, and like from Miami it's going to be a 3.5, almost 4-hour trip north. So I would have spent the $45 on the seals just for peace of mind. But hey, that's me. So I'm going to go ahead and snug those up, and then we're going to install the 3 lines, and then I got to figure out something with them seals, and I'm going to put it back together. Oh, while all this stuff is off, while the turbo tubes are off, I'm going to go ahead and change out that tube for the transmission dipstick. I'm hoping, I don't know how long it's been like that, I'm hoping that water didn't get in there. It's been raining a lot lately. I mean, I thought it was going to rain today, but anyway, we'll get the hoses on there and then see what we got next. All right, we got these things installed, and man, they're looking nice. There's that line, the other line, and then the new line back there. On a skill level, you got to be moderately mechanically inclined, because you do not want to strip those things out. That one was a little iffy. I had to play with it a little bit, and you don't want to get dirt down in there, so you want to clean this up as much as you can. I blew it off and hit it with some carbon choke cleaner and some air before I started. This thing definitely needs a bath still, even though I gave it a couple coats the other day. Yeah, so now what I'm going to do is focus on that dipstick tube for the transmission while I got room to play, and then I'm still thinking on these seals right here. Steve's like, oh, just cut some hose. It's like, dude, I don't have hose like that, so I might have to like double stack some, because it's kind of like a fat seal. I guess it's supposed to expand in there. I don't know. I might have something. I gotta look. I have a bunch of seal kits, so this one here is worrying me. That's, I think, the return line, so I don't know how much pressure is going to be on that, but I am going to bring this inside, pull the filter out real quick. Fortunately, I don't have a filter now. Thinking, I didn't know I was gonna have to pull that. I thought I could get away with not doing it. Should have listened to the manual. I do actually have a service manual for this. I should have broke it out. In fact, I'll go find it and show you guys and see what it says. I should have ordered the seal kit for this knowing I was going to take it out, or you know, now looking back, now that I know I would have taken it back out, I should have had the seal kit. It's something you should do, because if you're at the point where you're taking them things out, the seals for this are not too far behind. And I'm pretty sure I replaced this, or just the seals, in a video. I think this truck was leaking diesel fuel out of this, and I replaced it. So I'm gonna get cleaned up real quick, hydrate, figure out my next step, and then we're gonna knock the tube out, clean that. I'm gonna locate some seals, and we'll see where we're at. Okay, so I decided to take the fuel bowl apart or open it up, and it is absolutely nasty down in there. See if I can show you what looks to be just straight up, oh my God, wow. There is so much crud down in there. I'm surprised this thing was even running. I'm gonna have to get a new fuel filter tomorrow, because this is crazy. Now this is making me really wonder about the tank on this truck. So I'm gonna go ahead and order the parts to do the hutch mod. That's where you drop the tank, you fix the inline screen, you gut it, you add an external filter before the fuel pump, and I'm going to go ahead and order a new fuel pump, because if all that came through the fuel pump, that fuel pump is probably on its way out. I mean, that's making me nervous. I'm gonna blast this out with some parts cleaner, and wow, it's just that's just incredibly dirty. I can't believe how much stuff is down in there. I'm gonna blast this out. I don't want to. Look at that. That is nasty. I don't want to take this apart without having a rebuild kit. So I'm just going to clean it the best I can. I'm going to look on the shelf. I might have a filter for this. I think I used my last one when I changed the oil last time. But I'm getting a filter tomorrow. And yeah, we're gonna pull this back off and service this. I got a kit coming with the springs, and yeah, this is crazy. Okay, you're not gonna believe what I pulled out of that. Turn his light on high. Look at all this crud. All that was in the bottom. I don't even know what this is. It's almost like a pasty rust. And I'm pretty sure these trucks have plastic fuel tanks, so I'm not sure where all that would have came from. But I'm thinking I need to do the fuel system all the way back. Maybe replace the fuel lines all the way back. I don't know. That's kind of crazy. I really like to drop the tank and see what's in the tank. I know when I dropped my other tank on my 7.3 on my 2000, it was pretty dirty in there. So this doesn't have as many miles as on that, but it is a year older. So I don't know, man. We gotta figure this out. But I did get it as clean as I can pretty much get. I used an entire can, and I just got to the point where I just hosed it out with the hose, and then it blew it out with the air thing, and then hosed it out with the rest of the can. So hopefully we're all right. I did find my seals. I got a bunch of different seals here. I think I'm gonna modify. It's more of a seal like this. It's kind of like a thick seal that should be on there, but these are too big. I might have to, like, I don't know, drill out the center, and I don't know. I just, we'll figure it out. We'll put something in there. I might just double stack. Maybe I'll double stack some of these. I don't know if that's even gonna work, but I guess if it squeezes it in there, I don't know. But it's got to get squeezed like up inside there. So, but I got new seals for all this coming. Look at all that crud in there. And we're gonna really have to get on top of the fuel system, because I did blast this out with the parts cleaner. So I don't know. We'll try it. So I'm gonna try to pull that dipstick, and then we're gonna start putting this thing back together. I really hate having to try to butcher up some seals, but unfortunately that's where we're at right now. I mean, these almost, yeah, I think we're gonna have to go with something like this. I should have had the foresight to think about what we needed there, and fortunately we don't have what we need. Okay, here's where we're at. I found my seal kit. This is one of the seals I pulled out. I don't have anything that's that size, so what we're doing is Steve's taken, I have these punches, so we're resizing the ones I do have. They're not thick enough, so we're probably going to stack two of them together. So he's punching the outside and then punching the center to get our inside diameter. It's a long shot, but no, hopefully hopefully it'll work. We got enough here. Tell them what they wanted for the seal kit. Yeah, they wanted $45 for 5 seals. But I ordered a whole entire seal kit with like 11 seals for $14 on Amazon. So while he's making those, I'm gonna get right on the AC, and it looks like gonna be an 8mm or so. We have to pull this and 3 bolts. This thing should come right out, and we'll get our new fan in. I went under the truck and I was looking at the dipstick. I don't know how I'm gonna get up in there. The bolt is like in a weird spot. It's literally like right down over there. I don't think I can reach it from up here. I don't know. I might have to jack the truck up really high and just get up under there and do that. I don't think I'm gonna have time to do that tonight, unfortunately. So we'll just have to let that one slide. I'm gonna need to focus on this. I need to get this thing back running tonight. But I need my AC. So we're gonna I'm gonna pull. I think I have to move this pump. I think this is just pushed in here. Yeah, okay. I just recently put that in. So I'm gonna get that swapped out, and hopefully we'll have some cold AC. I need to, I lost my cap. Shit. Gotta blow that out, make sure there's nothing getting down in the AC. I'll have to find a cap for that. But I'm leaking, pretty sure I'm leaking Freon from my compressor. So unfortunately we're gonna have to get a new compressor for this thing. I think most of the stuff on this truck is all original, other than the couple little things that I've replaced. So I really can't complain. 26 years old, 200 and something thousand miles. Am I missing the whole front of my AC compressor? I think my clutch is gone, dude. I think the clutch on my AC compressor is just gone. I mean, I don't see it. That could be a problem. All right, well, she's not gonna give it up easy. I was able to get all the bolts out, and they weren't that bad. The hardest one was the one underneath, which would have went a lot easier if I could have unplugged it, but therein lies the problem. This thing had this little boot on it. It was full of dirt, and it looked like it was going to the motor to like cool the motor. Just pull that out of there. Let me show you. So here's the resistor. This one was just dangling. It looks totally corroded, and I can't get that clip off, and it's super old plastic and brittle. Honestly, I might have to cut it off and get a new connector. I don't know, but let me see. Let's get this out of here. It should come right out. Yeah, she's kind of stiff, dirty as heck. Oh, look at all the dirt up in there. Well, that's gonna go to the scrap yard. Let's see what we got in here. Oh no, I can't even see the coil. I could have swore on my other one I could see the coil. I wanted to, maybe the coil's in there. I wanted to try to clean it. All that dirt, I'm sure that coil is just absolutely clogged. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. Where the heck is, oh, here's the coil over here. I could have swore I cleaned my coil one time. Maybe I can pop all that stuff off. I don't know if I want to go that far tonight. I'm kind of getting tired, and I want to at least get my fuel system back. This thing here is probably just seized together. As rusty as this is, look at all that crusty stuff. I'm gonna assume the other side of this is just absolutely stuck. Oh yeah, I can actually see rust down in there. Shoot. Well, I'm gonna let that soak a little bit, and being the fact that my whole AC compressor is missing the whole thing, it's missing the clutch. We're not gonna have any AC anyway, so that's nothing we can do there. I'm gonna keep hosing that down. Try not to get any in that box. That box looks dusty. I really would like to clean that. This truck needs a thorough going through, man. So this truck was actually given to me by one of my customers, and it sat for 5 years before I got it. And so I got it and just started putting it to work, and whatever issues came up at the time, which wasn't really any at all, other than the tires, the inner dualies in the back blowing out and messing up the fenders. This truck's been an overall champion, so I can't complain. I just need to stay on top of it and yeah, fix these issues, because we're in like dead of summer, and I am not enjoying driving around this truck in the heat. So I'm gonna go ahead and just slap the new fan in. And then I'm gonna have to look online to see if I can't get a clip for the resistor. If I can't get this thing to free up, which it looks like I might not be able to, we're gonna just have to cut the harness. This looks like that goes on there like that. There we go. Maybe. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Looks like we'll have to just cut the harness and put a new thing on it, man. Whatever it's going to take, we'll get it one piece at a time. So I don't know if I'm supposed to peel that and stick that. We'll find out here in a second. Oh, it did come with some nice instructions. Let's see. Okay, doesn't say much about it, but Yeah, that spins much better than the other one. Oh, I guess I can put the seal over here if it allows. Okay, we'll figure it out. All right, man. We got this thing put back in here, and we primed it. It seems to be working with the homemade seals. I don't know how well it's gonna work once everything gets hot, but we need to get this thing started up, make sure we ain't got no oil leaks or diesel leaks. I might have to get a new compressor. Steve thought he can get a new clutch on there. That thing's pretty much shot and it leaks. So unfortunately the AC is a no-go at the moment. I gotta figure out what that clip was right there. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get the charge pipes put back on and the intake. Make sure we pull out all these. I like to stuff stuff in here so we don't get debris. And hopefully this thing fires up with no real issues. Alright, hopefully we're all buttoned up. Minus the AC compressor clutch. So I couldn't find my battery charger. I was going to try to put these batteries on charge because I know it might take a little bit to get this thing to fire over. That wasn't bad. That was a little quicker than I thought. Hear that chirping? I hear something. Do you have all of our food going? It's got a different work to it. I'm gonna pull this out because I got to degrease underneath of it. I think we spilled a lot of oil and diesel. Well, I don't see anything running out of it. Fuel looks dry. Fittings look dry. It was leaking right there. As a matter of fact, oh, it's good. Everything looks good. The only way I was able to see that was from looking over this area. I don't know if that's residual or that's leaking. Let me get a can of blaster. Yeah, dry it off. God, I hope that's not a leak. I mean, last time it was literally running down. I think we're good. It is actually running on 7 cylinders right now for some weird reason, until it warms up, and I can feel it kick in when like if I just jump in it, start it, and I don't let it warm up for 5 minutes or so. I get on the highway, I feel that injector kick in. That's something we need to work on. I have another issue where my ODB port, when you plug in a scanner, it doesn't read. I can't do a buzz test on the injectors. I can't scan for codes. So I have to find out what's wrong with that. It might be a fuse. I think I checked all the fuses. I have to get up and fix the roof. There is a leak. I'm actually going to do a video. I'll show you in another video. I'm going to do a video of everything wrong with this truck. And then we're going to prioritize things and start knocking them off the list. But the next thing is going to have to be that AC. We're going to have to get that going. Oh, let me check and see if well, the compressor's not going to come on, but maybe the blower will work. Okay. And my vacuum, I think my vacuum pump is not working because it's only blowing out of there, but it seems to be blowing pretty good. So I got to check the vacuum line to see if it came off. Obviously our clutch ain't gonna engage because there's no clutch to engage. Oh, I got to get that back down on there. I'm wondering if that's chirping. Let me go see if I can find my stethoscope. I did find the pigtail. Steve was telling me a lot of times they actually come with the pigtail, and it must be a common thing because as I looked further online for that part, a lot of them actually come with that pigtail, expecting that there's going to be that problem. So at least he's back up and running. I don't see any fresh oil leaks. There still is a power steering leak which I have not located. I put some stop leak power steering stuff in there. It slowed it down a little bit, but I'm going to just have to come in with another round of degreasing and wait until it dries and then see where the wet spots are. But other than that, it sounds good. I don't see any leaks. Let's check that one more time. Yeah, she's dry. She's dry. Hopefully, because I was going through about, depending on if I was going to Miami a lot, almost a gallon a week. And at 25 bucks a gallon, man, that is not cheap. But at least I had a bunch of fresh oil in the engine. Anyway, the dipstick, I got to deal with that, but I got stuff to do today. I've been here all night. I actually, I passed out somewhere around 11 or 12 o'clock in my office, and Steve put the fuel bowl back on. And then I came back out here at like 5:30 and started buttoning everything back up. Steve hung out. He's been here all night too, man. So I appreciate that. And man, we're gonna have an oil slick out here. The old Valdez over here. The old Exxon Valdez over here is hopefully not going to be spilling any more oil. And then we're just going to keep an eye on everything. I'm going to check the oil throughout the day. I'm wanting to spray that pulley with some lube. That chirping didn't start until I pressure cleaned underneath this bay. So actually I'm gonna shut the truck off and see if I can't spray some lube on there without getting it all over the belt. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this video. If you come this far, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more 7.3 maintenance and upgrades. We're gonna bring this truck around, and then we're gonna have to bring my other truck around because I can't have this thing go down and then me be without a truck. So we need to step up our truck game. We need to step up our trailer game. We need to step up our forklift game. We just got to step up everything in general. I'll tell you where we're going, right to the scrap yard. Dancing. You ever seen your copper dance before? Man, this probably ain't gonna come in on camera, but the moon.